We have 27 people
I
right
know,
now.
this is crazy.
And I'm recognizing people who have commented on multiple videos, but this is so great. A year ago, sometime between mid-August and September 5th, we filmed our very first ever video, which was Spinning Silver. And on September 5th, 2021, the video went live. So this is the 1 year anniversary live stream for everyone, where we will be ranking all the books we have read in a variety of different categories and answering questions that you might throw at us as we go.
Whoa, we do have a lot of people in here. That's crazy.
How many? I can't see. I don't
40.
know why.
42.
We have 42 people. Yo, can you tell that we are used to
4 people coming.
Oh, wow. Yeah, again, I'm just used to our patrons, who, of course, are the best, and you guys should go join our Patreon. Lots of cool stuff happening.
Someone else says this seems like a good time to pull the trigger and become a patron.
Okay, and so the reason we are here today is that I have fixed up some tier lists for us. As you can see here, I ended up doing it on a site called Canva instead of the tier list site that everyone else uses because I wanted to have very specific tiers. So here you see our first one, which is main character by toast level. And we have at the top crisp, crunchy, lukewarm, soggy, and burnt. I actually had a big inner discussion with myself about whether soggy or burnt was worse.
I will state that soggy's were
Okay, that is what I thought as well. But I was like, burnt is bad. So yeah, you know what? Let's officially change
At least
it.
burnt has flavor, but it's soggy means
Soggy
that
is
it'll
just-
just like
okay,
fall
all right.
apart and feel
But
mushy.
wait, what about when they take that piece of toast and they put it on top of French onion soup
Nope.
and it becomes
Different,
soggy but soupy?
Then it's just
That's an
yeah,
additional
then that's a
ingredient.
different like meal entirely. So we're gonna start with Ember in the Ashes. And Maria, since you and I read that one, where should we put that?
Okay, so there's two main characters. We have to decide which one we are rating.
No, as a combined.
As a combined, lukewarm.
Wait, Ember in the Ashes? Which one was that one?
Death competition plus like slave girl vibes plus Rome plus weird, unexpected, out of nowhere magical mythos.
I think lukewarm.
I say lukewarm because I would say Elias is burnt and I would say Laya was crunchy.
That's interesting. I would say that Laya was lukewarm, but I think lukewarm is good middle
She had
ground.
a nice character arc, but yes.
Now the next one is going to be interesting because all three of us have read The Cruel Prince, but Maria has very strong opinions, I think, about the main character.
Thanks, I hate her. Burnt.
Why do you hate her?
And Katie
I
really
hate
liked
Jude.
her.
I don't like her decisions. I don't buy that she can plot shit. The first half of the book is her stumbling through terrible decisions, and suddenly I'm supposed to believe in the second half that she can make a political decision worth a damn. She's like, I have to play it cool and not give in to things, and then she immediately like loses her like she does the opposite of what she says. She's like this is my plan, and she does the exact opposite. She literally killed a guy. There was no repercussions for no goddamn reason, even though she acknowledged that if she would have just called for the guards outside her fucking door, she wouldn't have had to kill him, and then she kills him. There's no fallout from it. She does so many dumb things, and we're supposed to think she's smart or like something, and she's the reason why I didn't want to continue reading that book, and I like that book.
Hey, Maria?
Yeah?
I think you need to be more specific why you don't like the book.
Yeah, don't worry. I like the book. I like the book. I hate Jude.
Holly Black's writing only further, like, this book endowed her with so much more respect from me on a writing level, but on a plot level only further to remind me that it's really YA.
Okay, burnt. Now that's my opinion on Jude, but you guys,
No,
between the two of you, can give her
lukewarm.
again. You guys can choose where you would like her.
I was really thinking how we really should have 9 levels for each of these, and each of us can vote up to 3, but that was way too complicated. So I'll say this. Would it be accurate to say, Maria, that you would put Jude at threat level soggy?
I would put her at threat level burnt.
Burnt. Okay.
Threat level
yeah.
soggy.
And what would you put her at, Katie?
Burnt.
What? You just said not burnt. What is this plot twist?
Okay, look. Okay, wait. Let me put on my critical cap. I often get told at Maria and I's work that I'm too easy on the kids' essay scores. So let me get my criticalness in here, and it's burnt.
Let's put her at burnt then, because I actually agree with that.
Oh.
Okay, and so Axion's End, I think, Maria, that can go on crisp. What do you think?
I would say crisp for me, but I thought you would have said crunchy because you did not like how anxious she was.
If this was just one main character, it would be like crunchy, but this is ampersand as well. So
Yes, okay, crisp. Crisp it is.
crisp,
Take
it
take
definitely is.
Wait, why are you putting that in Chris? Tell me your reasoning.
Because ampersand is an incredibly cool character who actually feels like an alien. Iron Widow, I think we can say goes in soggy. Is that accurate for everyone?
Oh my
yeah.
god, is there a
I really
lower
didn't
level?
like her, and I didn't. The only main character I liked, and thus I would elevate to burnt, was the guy who was in prison. But I don't think he outweighs the other two.
No,
enough.
it's soggy.
Yeah,
Soggy.
soggy. Children of Blood and Bone. I would put all of these at soggy, but I'm willing to listen to arguments.
I would have to say burnt.
The princess character, I think, makes it like now the other two point of views did not like. I was more okay, so for me I would put it under lukewarm, but given what I think are valid points that Whale brought up in the text, I would say burnt, but with the caveat that that princess character definitely would have been at crunchy because I liked her in the first book, but apparently from what I've read she has a real downfall in the second book. Real disappointing.
I would honestly have put them at soggy because I just disliked that book so much,
I
but I
know,
think
I
burnt
know.
is fair.
Okay.
Now, here, Cyborg Tinkerer. Where
Okay,
do we
that's
think
not
that
fair.
should go?
No, that's not fair. That needs to go someplace special.
Iron Widow is already pretty low. As soggy
No, Cyborg Tinkerer deserves something special. If we had like a like Toast Cthulhu Mythos realm, we could put it in. Then yeah, that would be appropriate. But fine, soggy.
Soggy.
Go ahead, put it in. It's not an
Remnants,
argument, right?
I would say, goes to crunchy. Maria, you have to stay away.
I'm
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I don't think
Remnants,
any of them are
crunchy.
super great, but they're all a lot of fun, and
In
they're all
fact,
really well sketched.
The first 3 books, crisp.
Yeah,
the next
you know
couple
what?
of books,
I agree. Yeah, okay.
crunchy to lukewarm.
Well, okay, because some of Yago also brings it down to crunchy. That's true. I'm using my mouse pad, guys, which is why this is so awkward. The Savior's Champion. So that's Tobias, Maria. I put these as separate ones because we have Tobias and Layla. It's not enough
of
for.
course. Layla deserves a special place in soggy hell, but for Tobias, I would say we don't have a sad, tired piece of toast category, but in acknowledgement of that, I would say burnt is the equivalent of sad, tired.
Okay, there we go.
Because you're burnt out when you're sad and tired. Burnt.
I
You're
like that.
welcome.
That's a little creative. I
You're
like that.
That's
Good
nice.
critical
Very
thinking.
nice, yes. Okay, now, we break into another fun one, which is the Barbarian. I just put all 6 books as one. We're not going to go through all 6. I'm going to make an argument here that...
For lukewarm?
Not quite. I'm not quite that ambitious,
Okay.
but I think definitely burnt.
Okay, I would say burnt. There were a couple that, like, there was one girl's story, but honestly, that wasn't even one of the ones we read that I would have put.
I liked her, yeah, and I couldn't read that one. That's this book 7, I think. You know what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I did like the bitchy girl. I forgot her name.
You did like the bitchy girl. Let's
That's true.
cut our losses and put her in burnt.
Yeah, burnt. Because there was also the one after her too, who was
Also,
cute.
guys, I apologize for the lag. There is like a solid 2-minute lag.
Actually, if you guys would like to join our Patreon so I can buy a better computer, a better internet connection, head over there and pledge whatever you're comfortable with. You know, we have multiple tiers. I now offer personal critiques of writing on a higher end tier. There's limited slots. Go check that out.
Frozen toast. It's in the frozen toast. It should be frozen toast.
Frozen
That's what
toast.
Miss Allie Snow said, raw dough, and I thought frozen toast. Perfect.
Okay. Dustborn, guys. Dustborn.
Lukewarm.
Lukewarm.
Yeah, right?
Lukewarm.
Okay.
Easy peasy.
It's straight in the middle.
Yeah, that actually
Could have
describes
been better.
it really well.
Wasn't
as well.
that bad.
Forest of a Thousand Lanterns.
Lukewarm.
Yeah, I would say that this is a very solid lukewarm. Yeah, because the thing about it is that it just, I don't know, it had so much potential and it so didn't pan out well. Mask of Mirrors. Okay, this is one that I think is interesting because I did like some of the characters there outside of the actual book itself.
Crunchy.
So, my thing is, I liked Renata. I liked a lot of. The thing is, what are we classifying as main characters for this one? Because this book had too many.
Only our no. Just Renata.
Oh God, can we put her halfway?
Yeah.
Can we put her halfway between crunchy and lukewarm? Can this be our first
Yeah.
halfsy?
Okay, wait. Okay, pause. Dun. Wait. Dun. Okay, so Pokemon battle. Let's go.
was true.
I think that the number of things involved in trying to set up the world building is worth the crunchy level.
But world building is a separate category. It's
But the
main
woman
characters.
within the world building. Fine. You know what? I do agree now. Shut up, Maria. I agree with you. It's
I'm sorry.
lukewarm.
I'm willing to go halfway because there were parts of her that I really liked. See, Will's putting it halfway.
Yeah, let's put it halfway. That's good. All right, for the wolf. I feel like I want to put this in burnt, but it's not quite as bad as any of the other the other books in that category.
I thought it was going to be Monster Boyfriend, but it wasn't. I thought she was going to get sacrificed to a wolf in the woods, but it was just a hot guy who was unconventionally. Oh god damn it! You took my wire. Give me my wire back. Okay, sorry. I got caught on a cat. Like there were some really interesting things, but it never like.
Nope, it was never that good.
I would say halfway between lukewarm and burnt. Now that we've done this halfway.
That's
thing.
my feeling too, especially because of who it would be next to on burnt is like, Ice Planet
What
Barbarians.
was?
And I think Gideon the Ninth and Harrow the Ninth, we're gonna put those up in crisp, right? Like, is there any
Yes.
Fucking crisp.
crisp?
Christmas fudge.
Ice Planet Barbarians are in burnt.
Yeah, it's in burnt because there were some kind of fun characters in that. Not the male characters, but a few of the female characters were kind of fun.
What was the reasoning again for why you're putting the Red Riding Hood thing?
Because the characters weren't good, but they also weren't as bad as Tobias
As these other
and
ones.
Children of Blood and Bone and
Like
Barbarian.
the characters had their own internal logic. They made sense. Most of the decisions, I mean, except for the main girl who made a couple of decisions, which like the book didn't set up properly, but I think for her character made sense. And so like as a character, she's not terrible. She's not terribly unique, but I would say that halfway between is more than. What did someone say?
Oh, the irony that IPB got thrown into burnt.
By the way, you guys are really funny in the chat. Like, we're not talking about it, but you guys, I'm reading you guys down there. You're really funny. I think another one that's going to obviously go into crisp is Persuasion, right?
Ugh.
Are we any of us arguing about Maria's best bub?
Listen, if anyone puts my best girl Anne in anything other than crisp or my boy
Wentworth.
William, I want you to put it into crunchy.
Oh, no. Oh, now we have a two-way tie.
Excuse me?
What are you going to pick, Will?
Oh, I'm going to pick Crisp. I really liked her.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I do really like that book. Like, it was a little boring to read at times, but I really liked it. So, all right. So the next one, Dune. Maria, this is up to you because I want to know where you would put it before I say where I would put it.
Honestly, character-wise, I would say... So, like, if we're including, like, Jessica and some of the other characters, absolute fucking crisp. But Paul himself, in the book Dune...
Yeah, that's a good point.
I would say he's crunchy. Like, it's a good character, but he doesn't...
No,
he's
I
not,
think
like,
the only two main characters of the book can be Paul and Jessica. And I think you're right. I think crunchy is correct. Because I realized I was beginning to think of the other characters, but this is main character by toast level.
Also... Claire said, Katie, them's fighting words for Maria. It absolutely was. Our friendship was at risk.
Oh, yeah, right.
Uh-oh. Keeper. I think that goes in lukewarm. No,
Absolutely.
not even. Lukewarm or burnt?
Lukewarm.
Burnt.
Like the main character was fine. Katie's like, I didn't read it. I'm just throwing things.
We can put it in between if you want, because I really want to put it in burnt.
Yeah, that's fine. You can put it in burnt.
No, you know
I
what?
said 2 out of 3 votes.
No, you're right. This is about the main character, not the book as a whole. And the main character as a whole, Lainey, I actually did like.
I liked her. She
Yeah.
felt like a teenager.
She
made
did.
decisions. The dumb decisions
That is
she
true.
made sense for her. They didn't, rack my brain and make me go,
No, but they were realistically portrayed, so fair enough, yeah.
Exactly. I liked Lainey.
She was a
lukewarm.
well-sketched teenager. I agree with that.
She was.
I can't let my bias against the book.
Maximilian's asking what Keeper was about. 5 sentences or less. Go, Maria.
Girl finds out she's a witch. Her family is the last in a long line of witches who keep a special book and that is now inside her, and she doesn't know she's a witch. And there's a hot guy who's like dark, mysterious, but nice.
Black Sun. This one's interesting. So this is the main girl and the main guy. I already am blanking on their names.
Water, Siren Lady, and Blind Chirpy Boo Boo.
Karasu, as you would say.
I would say the temple, like the high priestess, is also.
Oh, her too. Yeah.
You know what? I was gonna put this
Lukewarm.
at crunchy, but lukewarm with that
Actually,
one.
I
I would
lukewarm.
say half and half.
Yeah, I mean, if we're doing half and halves, yeah.
No,
Crunchy and lukewarm.
I'm gonna have to say crunchy, guys, because here's the thing: you got to remember
I
how
take that.
pointless her chapters were.
And the characters carried that book. Okay, crunchy. I vote crunchy. Let's go. keep this ball rolling. We have one coming up that I'm like, wow,
Priory of the Orange
the orange
Tree.
tree.
I have nothing to say about this, but
Hmm.
what was the main idea essentially?
There
There
is
are these
none.
two
It's-
lesbians, and
No,
they
no,
one of
no,
them was a
no. Don't-
queen, and
don't
one of them was a
listen.
handmaid, and that's the only parts of the book I remember.
Nope.
I actually really like that premise.
I
That's
did
not the
too.
premise. It's not the premise of the book, Katie. The back of the book doesn't even mention that. That's not the premise. The problem with this book is it has too much going on, and it is impossible to describe in 3 sentences.
I didn't like any of the characters, honestly. I just liked that one relationship. And let's remember also that there are 4 main viewpoints. So I'm gonna put this at lukewarm. What do you think, Maria?
Lukewarm, yeah, no. Lukewarm is exactly what I would have said. Like I liked some of
Ziala and Serapio.
Oh, that was it.
Y'all and Serapio, my boy Serapio.
Nice job, Shelby.
Coming in clutch.
Shelby always comes in clutch, guys. I'm watching the playback, and there was a point where I was talking, and my mouth was moving so fast, and I was like, "Damn, do I talk that fast all the time?" I was like, "Are those words?"
All right, Deadly Education. I kind of want to go with Crisp. What do you think, Maria?
I love my girl Elle, and I love my puppy with the grenade launcher, Orion.
All right, we're going Crisp.
I'm going.
Oh
Chris.
shoot, I forgot it had that kind of tongue-in-cheek sort of weird weapon humor with him.
I had that. I called him, but yeah, he was a killing machine.
Let's put it at Crisp. I think
Yeah,
that's
Crisp.
probably pretty close.
Yeah.
Spinning Silver. So you got to remember here though that it isn't just Miriam. It's Miriam.
Crisp.
But remember Stepan. He's also counting.
No, he's not. He's not a main
That doesn't
character.
matter.
There's 3 main
Stepan
characters.
doesn't matter.
There's Miriam. There is
It's amazing because there are actually 3 Crisp main characters in that
yes,
book.
all 3 of them are crisp as fuck.
That
It's
is
OP,
how I
so
would've
if
said it, too.
anything, it should be extra crispy with a little bit of like
Butter.
cheese, salami,
Okay.
and ham and butter, and a
Buttered
little bit of
toast.
avocado and salt and pepper.
Katie's making a goddamn sandwich out of Spinning Silver.
It's a sandwich. Exactly. It's not just a piece of toast, it's a sandwich.
Now we have the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. So if you're just a normal watcher watching this as we're doing this live, we haven't released this video yet. This was a Patreon exclusive. Come join our Patreon book club where you can watch the live stream like we are now. I would say that the main
Soggy.
character is Soggy, right?
We don't really know his personality, and then we kind of get an idea that he's a do-gooder towards the end of the book. So while I like this book for the most
Yeah.
part,
The book is
main
not
character
Soggy.
is
The main
going in-
character is
yeah,
Soggy.
book not soggy, main character, as far as like knowing who the main character is, rooting for his goals, because we don't really know them for most of the book. He doesn't know his goals for most of the book.
We should have a grilled cheese tier next time.
All right, you guys can make it next time. I didn't know there was so much like cooking metaphors going on. Okay, Murderbot. And now,
Crisp.
What do you think, Maria? You're gonna say Crisp too, right?
I'm going to take the middle ground, because for me, it's crisp for me, but I know you're like really.
Why is there gotta be a middle ground? You and me, Maria, with 2-1.
Oh, that's true.
Crisp.
Nope,
Crisp.
we're doing half crunchy, half.
Crisp.
Okay, I'll take
Because
half
I would
crunchy.
put
I'll
him
take half
actually
and half.
down in like burnt to soggy.
Yes.
So we'll take a
Yeah.
half point.
Well, you're
there.
gonna have to take the L on this one.
I control the screen, so that's what's up. Type. I didn't read this one, so that's up to you guys.
Main character's lukewarm.
I would have put her like crunchy.
Crunchy?
I like Kay.
I'm okay
I
with
like
crunchy.
Kay.
Well, I'm trying to be harsh. And I'm
Yes,
biased
be
on
har-
this one.
Okay, then I appreciate you putting in lukewarm, but I will firmly say Kay can go in crunchy.
Kay can go in crunchy. She will stay in crunchy. Now, me and Maria. This went up this Friday, so yesterday. Do you want the honors of saying where it should go?
Crisp as fuck.
Hell
Really? I need to go read
yeah.
it then, I guess.
It's
huh?
so I
It's
literally
so
asked
good.
Katie. So Katie wasn't gonna do it, and I said to her, "Please, please, 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 you're my best friend. Just read the book so I can talk to you about it. I just want to talk to you about it. Like
Okay.
I don't care if you do it for a video, but just goddamn read it." I've been begging her to read this book for like 3 years.
It's our longest video by a lot. Kushiel's Dart. I just put this down for the whole trilogy. I would put that in crisp, right?
I'd put that in crisp. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Phaedra is, and I mean, the fact that she starts out where I dislike her so much, and she has a realistic transformation into a character I genuinely root for and like. And then if we're including my boy Jocelyn.
That's true as well. And
Crisp,
so much of the
crisp,
book is
crisp,
dominated by
crisp.
her narrative voice too, that it's like if you
Mhm.
had not liked her like certain bots, then it would be really annoying to listen to. Okay. The Bear and the Nightingale.
Vasilisa Petrovna.
I would actually oh man, this was the second book we did, so it's been a year, so I actually have trouble remembering.
So Vasya, I like as a character. She begins to like edge into the not like other girls thing, except that the ways in which she's different, and like so like her one sister is portrayed very positively, and like other women except for one who is portrayed badly are portrayed well, so it's not exactly that. I would say she's like crunchy, potentially eking into lukewarm. But I love her as a child. Like I like child Vasya.
I would entirely agree. I think she's made a better character by the book, and that's why we feel like she's crunchy, when in another book she would be lukewarm.
Oh yeah, 100%, potentially even burnt.
Let's go ahead and put her in crunchy, I think. I think that's. And then oh, The Wrath of the Dawn. God.
I don't think Shahrazad was
Oh man.
soggy, but I definitely think Shahrazad was burnt.
I think you're forgetting how annoying she was, Maria,
No,
because
she was super annoying.
let's
But
remember
she
like
was
sassy, sassy, sassy.
It's a poorly written fan fiction from a time long ago, so we can put it into soggy.
We can
You
put
can
it
put it into soggy. I'll
soggy.
allow it.
Okay, all right, we
I'll
all allow
allow it.
All right,
I would
cool.
have put burnt, but I'll allow it.
So red shirts. This is a weird one because it doesn't really have characters in the like normal way that you would expect it to.
You could argue that the main character still has a lot of character within him, so it like, does he push the narrative?
Thank you, Vengeful. I appreciate that. They are saying that I look extra rugged and handsome today, which is true.
Extra rugged, extra handsome.
Finally, somebody notices. I would put these in lukewarm to burnt.
Lukewarm.
Yeah, I would say lukewarm to burnt. Katie says lukewarm. I'm happy to put it half and half. But again, I will agree. As much as I really enjoyed that book, the characters don't have a ton of personality.
Everyone says lukewarm, shamed and vengeful.
The thing about them is like they're just utilitarian tools pretty much, and the author gives them enough voice to be fun, but they're not actually like characters in their own right. Okay, where do we want to put Jurassic Park? So remember, this is another one where the characters are not the focus of the book. They're very
They're
sort
not.
of dispassionate.
I think if we look at the characters as a whole,
Mhm.
lukewarm crunchy.
I think lukewarm is good because the
Okay.
lukewarm is sort of the inoffensive tier of like it gets the job done. Like I'll eat the toast, but I'm not going to enjoy it that much. I'm lying. I'm saying that as if I was a normal person. For me, lukewarm toast I won't eat. That's what's up. I have higher standards. All right, and so our final one, and let's remember in this case that we have 5 viewpoints for Hyperion.
There's 6, baby.
I'm gonna go with crisp for all of them.
I'm
I'm gonna go with crisp for all of them.
Crisp?
Somebody guessed crunchy, but
No,
man,
man.
all of
No,
those.
crisp.
They're all
Mwah.
so well written.
It's a grilled cheese.
It really is, as far as the characters, a grilled cheese and a half.
I think this is a pretty good list. I think this is pretty appropriate. Interestingly,
for
not
all
as
the
many
people
burnt and
that-
soggy as I thought.
So I want to make a point. A lot of people in our comments are like, ugh, these are just 3 people who like hating books. And I'm like, most of the books we read, we either like and have some issues with, or we really like we don't hate a lot of them.
No, look at this.
I don't know. I kind of hate Cyborg Tinkerer.
Yes. Oh no. Listen, there are books that we hate.
Yes.
But of our, we have like 42 videos. This will be I think our 43rd. Of
Yeah.
those videos, my only argument is the majority of them, we are either like we saw the potential and we're commenting on that, or we enjoyed them. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just want one of those people who are like, these people just hate books and say this to watch our Uprooted video.
Okay, guys, and then for the next tier, we have best ship. We
do?
Yeah.
Yes, best ship.
We have Ride or Die, Here for It, Inoffensive, Knows Chemistry, No Thanks.
No thanks.
Which is how Maria talks.
For the love of God, put Iron Widow into No Thanks.
Which is such a shame because, like, I would love a really well done polyamorous relationship.
I think this time we can kind of go through a little bit faster because this one's a little shorter. Wrath in the Dawn, I think no chemistry works for them because it's not
No chemistry.
actively bad like an Iron Widow where they have sex after murdering somebody. Axiom's End. Oh, Maria, do you want the honors of saying where it should be?
Ride or fucking die.
Hell yeah.
I like if we had to rank, they would probably be on top for me. Like if it had to be like a definitive first place as far as who my little shipper heart shipped
Mhm.
the hardest.
Savior's Champion and Savior's Sister. Let's see. I'm gonna go with. So here's the thing. They obviously have no chemistry, but
Yeah,
I think No Thanks is a foregone conclusion at this point. because
No.
they are so actively annoying.
In a better done book overall, it would absolutely be no chemistry, but given
We had to live through it for 800 pages. All right, Children of Blood and Bone. I would put this. I really hated the romance in this.
for me, I would put no chemistry or like that, but because of Will's severe
We can put it
dislike,
in no
I would say
chemistry. That's okay. You know what? Here's the thing.
okay.
It doesn't belong in with Iron Widow and Savior's Champion. Cyborg Tinkerer. I think that it's not as bad as
Ride or
either.
die. I'm there for the threesome. Ride or die.
No thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
No
no thanks.
thanks.
It's not as bad as Iron Widow. No, actually, it is. Never
Is
mind.
there something worse than no thanks? It's because it deserves
It
to
was
be
so
there.
bad. That last scene.
Just not great. Just not great.
All right. Kushiel's trilogy dart, or as I
I
like
have
to call
nothing
it,
to say.
Kushiel's vagina. Okay, here's the thing.
Ride or
Eh,
die.
Ride or die, but then let's remember how kind of dumb it gets in later books. Like by book 3.
It's the ship itself, not the book and how the book handles
All
the
right,
plot.
fine.
It's that you
Okay,
shipping
all right.
the
Fair point.
characters.
Fair point. That battle in the snow.
I ship Jocelyn and Phaedra so hard.
Hyperion. Why did I put this here?
Why did you put this here?
Because there are romances there. Yeah.
Yeah, but which one?
Well, I don't. It's more of a conglomerate of them because I don't think there's necessarily one. Oh, I remember why I put this here.
Braun Lamia and
okay, it's ride or die for Braun Lamia.
No, Fedman Kassad and the Shrike. That's why I put that here.
Ride or die. Ride or die. Put it in ride or die, William.
No, for Braun Lamia and Johnny Keats.
Was pretty good.
Ride or die. I love them. I love the big Braun Lamia and the little tiny
Poet.
attractive poet.
Uprooted. I don't know. Should that?
Is there a romance in that?
I don't.
Yes.
Maria, is there a romance in that?
Maria. Yes.
Oh, is there ever? And I am ride or die for it. For some people, I can absolutely
Nope.
just see it being here for it. But
Ride or die.
I am ride or die. Any day.
Yeah, I am here. I am ride or die for it as well. Okay, I split Barbarian.
Ride or die, right? Because they ride and they die.
Oh
Weirdly
man.
enough, I'm gonna say halfway between inoffensive and no chemistry.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that because here's the thing: we're taking 6 of them, right? That's the thing
Yeah.
is that we're taking all 6 of them and aggregating them, and some of them were pretty inoffensive. Like not all of them were no chemistry. Some of them were just inoffensive, and so I think that's kind of the most accurate. It also is the fact that like this is not the book for you or me, and so inoffensive is maybe the best place to put it.
Yep, I agree.
Dustborn.
Inoffensive in the sense that I don't remember what happened, so I don't remember hating it.
It's no chemistry.
Yeah, let's put no chemistry because there was no
chemistry. I'm
chemistry.
happy with that. Absolutely fine with no chemistry.
Mask of Mirrors. Was there a romance in that?
Yes, between the cousin that's not a cousin.
Renata and the Trimentis heir.
I think, to be honest, I had to reach a little bit to come up with books for this because out of the 40 books we read, weirdly enough, not a lot of them had ships. So that may be why I put that here.
I mean, I was here for it. I liked Renata and what's his face.
Okay, here for it. Does that sound good?
I would say halfsy.
Halfsy?
It's
Okay.
not like,
Inoffensive.
yeah, I'd say inoffensive,
Yeah,
honestly.
that's what that tier is there for.
Because it really, like, it was there, but it really wasn't.
All right, for the wolf, I'm going to go with no chemistry.
Inoffensive.
Oh, interesting.
Or no chemistry, either or.
I will say that for me, they had no chemistry, so that's the tier they should go in.
Okay, that's fine.
But also, I see your argument insofar as they were fine. So let's do
They were
halvesies.
fine. Halvesies. I will take halvesies.
Vengeful said ride or die for the wolf.
Then
Ride the
because
wolf
it eats
because it sounds like a good, and then die because it eats you and turns out terribly.
Listen, had that book been an actual monster boyfriend.
I'm telling you, if he'd been an actual wolf, or now we have Gideon and Harrow.
Ride or
and-
die.
Ride or die.
Yeah,
It's
we're-
not an actual in the there's no actual there's like hints of romance between them. I ship Gideon and Harrow.
And yeah, of course.
I ship them.
You could also technically say that it's the core relationship being discussed in the novels, therefore it is a relationship, therefore.
Yeah, but these are specifically for romantic. All right, Tithe. That one's up to you guys.
No chemistry.
No chemistry. There is
All right.
none.
Oh, persuasion. That's interesting.
God, I don't even have a say in this one. Just put it in ride or die.
What do you think, Maria?
Ride or die.
All right, there we go.
I love them so much. They're such a cute fucking couple. I love them.
For Ember and the Ashes, I would go with no chemistry. What do you think?
I would say no chemistry. Absolutely.
Yeah, they were
Oh
so
my god,
boring.
we've not put any in here for it.
Yeah, it's interesting. If
We
we're not
almost
right or
put
die,
Mask of Mirrors in it.
yeah, Mask of Mirrors almost went there. Keeper, I would say inoffensive.
Inoffensive. There
Mostly
was
'cause
some
it's-
chemistry, but
Honestly,
inoffensive.
they're almost too young for chemistry. So like for me, it was like, oh, I'm inoffensive, you know.
Yeah, they were cute.
Black Sun. That one is our first here for it for Maria, right?
Ride or die.
Yes. For me, it's here
Ride
for
or
it.
die. Yo, here for it. Here for it. I'm
Here
there.
for it.
I'm.
Here
I
I
for
like
it.
remember
that.
you guys
Here.
were very here for parts of it.
It was a cool relationship dynamic.
Until the like honey on the fingers bit, like all the fingers, but had it been one finger, I would have been okay. Please note, guys, one finger, not many. That could
What
be
you don't want
totally-
somebody to do.
That was hilarious. I'm gonna be honest. Prior to the orange tree, ride or die.
I'm not gonna lie, I really like them as a couple too. For me, I would say here for it because I didn't love them as much as you, but I'm happy to put them in Ride or Die because I think it was a really nice romance and it snuck up on you, but when it happened, you were like, so cute. Angry Otter said the honey thing was gross. Yes.
It was gross.
Yes, it was. And it ruined what had it not been for the honey scene, it would have been Ride or Die for me, but I'm not gonna lie, it soured it a little bit for me.
All right, prior to the orange tree, let's go with ride or die. Though you know what? Compared to like ampersand, yeah,
and
let's go with here
Cora,
for it.
The ones that stick with you. Yeah, I would say here for it. It absolutely is a here for it.
Deadly Education is ride or die for Maria, right?
Oh man,
I'm here for it.
I love how Novik is just at the top of the whole list.
We buy
Speaking
a source
of-
just good, guys.
Spinning Silver,
Here for it.
here for it, right? Because
Here
it's
for
not
it.
I'm
even
here
that
for
big a
it.
part of the book.
No,
It's not, but I am there
I'm,
for it.
I'm here for the idea that they get to know each other more and eventually become an actual couple.
Interesting. You know, we only had a few no thanks. That's kind of interesting. Maybe we're not as negative as everyone would say.
Way to circle back to a point made earlier. That is also very valid and true.
Okay. Let's see. Our next list is here we go. Worst sex scenes. We have worst, bad, inoffensive, and good.
Okay, this one's going in the opposite direction.
Yeah, because we want to know this is about the worst one, not the best. There was one in The Last Graduate. I think that one was inoffensive.
I don't remember it being particularly good, but I don't remember it.
It's
being...
basically not in there. She's like, and then we did the do, and he shot his load too soon, and then we did some more stuff.
Oh yeah, I remembered that. That was cute. Inoffensive.
All right, yeah,
inoffensive.
that was cute. And then we have Black Widow. Or Iron Widow. Let's remember that this takes place after directly.
It's a fade to black. Honestly, I would say it gets deleted out of this. It's the couple itself is not good, but we don't get an actual sex scene.
Picturing it.
No. We
All
must
right, no,
maintain.
that's fair. That's a fair point. Fair point.
Get it out of here. It don't belong here.
All right, there we go. What do we have? Okay, then Truth of the Divine. I would put those in bad, but also in that they're kind of supposed to be.
Yeah, I would say that. I agree.
All right, Hyperion.
Good.
One good scene, one good sex scene, several not good
Not
sex
good.
scenes.
I was gonna say.
Talking
I
about.
would say overall.
I love the monster knife vagina dish.
But what about all of the sex scenes that came before that?
They're actually in almost all of the stories, I think. I think we should put this one in bad because that one good sex scene doesn't keep
make
it
up
away
for
from
it from-
worst. Yeah.
Yes.
I would argue garbage disposal sex scene.
Okay,
is
but
worth
also nipples. Talks about them a lot.
In a weird way.
What's wrong with nipples?
I don't love Simmons'
I wanna
sex
hear
scenes.
about them.
He wrote one good one that was touching and caring, and then he ruined it by talking about ejaculating.
Filling her mind like other stuff. Yeah, God, I still hate that description.
I really wish I knew we could use the word ejaculation because I would have used that earlier. But
I don't
okay.
know if we can.
I mean, at this
Oh.
point, I think we're a little far gone. Children of Blood and Bone.
I don't remember it having.
There's no sex.
Yeah, they have dream sex at one point, but we can put it at inoffensive then if you guys didn't even remember it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
inoffensive.
fine. Just put that there.
Cyborg Tinkerer.
Worst.
The worst. It was
Worst.
not good.
Where do we get our book recs?
I look through
Will.
Goodreads a lot. Kushiel's dark.
I would say Kushiel goes in good.
Good. I mean, right?
Fantastic.
I would hope
Because there are
so.
some that are really good in it. Most of them tend to be more in the inoffensive range.
Offensive because they're
But
more
there are a few
about
that are kind of sweet.
and a lot of the sex scenes are functioning not for the enjoyment of this, like it's not trying to be smutty. It is specifically like walking you through like a scene or like a piece of information is being imparted. Like, so I would say good for the ones that are intended to be schmexy.
Yeah, I think so too. I think good is a good place to put it. And then we have the Savior's Sister. So here's the thing. They don't ever actually do the do in either book, but they keep having dreams about doing the do. So I felt like that and all of the relentless sexuality could still go on this list.
I agree, and I would say because it doesn't have an actual sex scene, we can't put it in worst, but it is definitely bad.
I agree with that. I think that makes a lot of sense. Oh, what do we have here? We have Uprooted, perhaps the only great. Should we create another tier for Great Maria?
You should make like there should be like top tier. And it is
Very
uprooted
top.
sexy.
It basically in 40 books, it is maybe the only really good one we've read, where you were like, oh, that's kind of like described well and actually tells us about the characters and is pleasant to read.
It was. Oh, it was so good. My first time reading the book, I was like, oh, I did not see this going here. No, Vic, you done me a heckin' surprise.
Okay. Then we have these are again for the Ice Planet Barbarians. These are all 6 books. All of the scenes in them mushed into one, like a conglomerate of it. Maria, I will let you take the lead.
I'm gonna say between bad and worse, because there was basically maybe in the entire books like one sex scene that I vaguely liked,
Yep.
and then the rest were either bad or terrible.
The books themselves are not as bad. So there's no one scene as bad as the Cyborg Tinkerer, but all of the scenes together, I think, like just the relentlessness of it puts it in worse.
I want you to know there's a revolution happening in the comments. TSS is worse. Don't even ask. Search your heart. You know it to be true. I think you're being generous, and TSS should be flayed alive, but okay.
Does it have a sex scene? I remember because I've burned the book from my memory.
That's for me why it's not in worst, because it doesn't actually have a sex scene. As a romance, oh, it's terrible. But it's not an actual sex scene. It's just a lot of bad hintings and lustings and thinking.
I think you forget that actually, like, they start, like, touching each other in their dreams and stuff.
Oh, is that how they touched each other? Just like this?
Well, that's how I do it. I assume other people do too.
Oh, you just do this when you.
That's how it works. That's my technique. For the wolf, I think inoffensive, just because I don't remember it.
It was fine. It was fine. It was inoffensive. It happened.
And then we have, here we go, Black Sun, which, I mean, I don't think they do the full Monty, but that's like a heteronormative view of sex, so I think it counts.
Worse.
I don't know, Maria, do you have thoughts on it?
Like, it would have been inoffensive had it not been for the honey fingers.
Yeah, that's why I'm putting it into bad.
All right, let's put it in there.
Halfsy. I'll take halfsy. Because like the
bad?
actual
Okay.
scene itself, had you taken out the goddamn honey fingers, would have been
That is
perfect.
true. That is true. I'll put it halvesy then, because yeah, I agree with that actually. The actual scene itself is not that bad. Oh, look, we formed like a little house on its side pyramid thing.
No, they do not do it in TSS. There was no sex. That's why it's not in worst. It's just bad a round of sex.
It's a lot of them having dreams and then waking up. So for the next thing, I have 2 more to go. I have best book, or I have 3 more. I have best villain, and I have most interesting family relationship, and it's already 9:15. So why don't we do best book, and then if we have time, we'll do one of the other ones.
Okay, sounds good.
Good? Okay. So for best book, we have masterpiece, enjoyed, inoffensive, unenjoyable, and so bad.
Also, everyone who's watching, if you drink, we're going to be taking a celebratory shot to celebrate our 1 year and some things at the end. So like amass a shot.
Yes, get ready to grab your liquor, ladies and gents.
Okay, here's what happens. Angry Otter and says that, well, there's the assault on Cosima in Savior's Savior.
Worst,
So
worst,
we got to go
worst,
back and we
worst,
got to put it in
worst.
worst.
Yes,
Because yeah, that is
100%,
technically
100%.
Yep, there we go. Okay.
Mm.
It breaks
That's
up our
gross.
nice little arrow house, but it had to be done. Vengeful says, everybody about to get alcoholic drinks, and then Will is just talk about a song of Ice and Fire for an hour so we all die.
That's exactly what to do, Will.
Oh, look at that. 1/4 Canadians got their drink.
We've got Mike's Hard Lemonade. Lots of people. Bailey's on the rocks.
Best book. Okay, so Ember in the Ashes. I would put that at unenjoyable. What do you think?
I would have said inoffensive, which is what we said when we read it. Like, that's literally
Yeah.
what both of us
No,
said.
you're right, because I'm also remembering other books that I want to put at unenjoyable with that this one was better at. So you're right.
Yeah.
Children of Blood and Buddha, I would have put at like unenjoyable. What about you guys?
Unenjoyable.
I would say inoffensive.
We could put it half and half.
Unenjoyable.
Katie,
It was a
Katie,
chore.
during
Yeah, it was
during
awful.
the video, you were very more inoffensive about it. If you like, it maybe in retrospect, it is soured in your mind. In which case, if you
It's
like,
just in comparison to all the other ones some of the other ones we've read, I can see that it was a chore to read halfway through, or not even halfway through, like 1/3 the way through. It became a chore. That's why I'm kind of like more along the lines of unenjoyable, but I could also understand inoffensive. So half and half is probably
I think
a
I
good
have, because
reply.
I'll take half and half.
half and half. All right, Cruel Prince.
I enjoyed it.
Um,
I hate Jude.
enjoyed.
Yeah,
Ah,
I would put
hate
it in
Jude.
enjoyed. Yeah, I think it's
I
just a
hate
solid
Jude too.
book all
Don't worry.
around.
I don't hate Jude. I miss what Jude could have been.
You really liked Jude, and then you started lusting through Gideon halfway through the video. You guys haven't seen it because the video hasn't come out yet, but it is pretty funny.
Oh God, but I love Gideon. That's because Gideon. Okay, so there's this one song. It's called "Eat Spit." Google it or whatever it is that young people do these days, and that is my theme song for Gideon coming into Harrow Hark's body and starting to fight with her magic sword.
Do we want to just put Gideon and Hera up there while we're talking about that in Masterpiece?
Yeah,
though?
let's go ahead. Masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, that's
absolute
like-
goddamn masterpiece.
Oh, now we have the Savior's Champion and the Savior's Sister. And I don't know how to do this because one of these books is better than the other, but they're both so bad.
I would put Savior's Champion halfway between unenjoyable and so bad. There were parts of Savior's Champion that were like, in retrospect, and I mentioned this during Savior's Sister, Savior's Champion was fun. It wasn't good, but it was funner than Savior's Sister, which was just...
Let's put half and half for Savior's Champion and then half and down for Savior's
Yes,
Sister.
Savior's
because
Sister.
That book was so
Perfect.
painful to read.
Perfect. And then we might as well just throw Cyborg Sinker so bad half down. Like,
Half
into the
down.
Yeah, no. Like deservable to be burned at a book burn.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. I really like. I don't mean any person offense to the writer.
So let me clarify something for Lauren, Alyssa. In practicality, Jude's probably fine, but for me, the kind of characters I like, I hate her decisions. I hate how a lot of her really terrible decisions don't come to... Watch the beginning of this. You came in, I think, later. Listen, Savior's Champion is not good, but it is better than Savior's Sister. Savior's
No,
Sister
it's
was
true.
legitimately like, Savior's Champion, I was able to read and just be like, oh, no, not good.
Savior's Sister was such a pain to get through. It was horrid.
1/4 Canadian has a good option. There should be a untapped potential tier.
I made these tiers. There's only so many you can make before the whole thing gets unwieldy. Again, each of these should technically have 9 tiers for each of us having 3 votes. But yeah, that's way too complicated. Remnants, I would actually put the first 3 books in the top tier. And then the next 3 I would put down at like inoffensive or unenjoyable.
So I would just cut.
Let's put it in
the middle.
enjoyed.
Enjoyed.
What do you think, Katie?
Enjoyed.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best place to put it.
It could have been a masterpiece if the author continued to write it.
Yeah, instead of changing authors pretty much. Axiom's End. I think enjoyed is a good tier for that one, right?
I would say enjoyed. There was a point before we'd read a lot of like the really great stuff that I would have put it closer to masterpiece, but there's a lot of like the government stuff and how that was handled was
just
really
doesn't
weak.
work.
And the middle portion was a little like lost. Like the last third really picked it up.
No, I entirely agree. Truth of the Divine is weirder because it is both a better book and a worse book. It's just the first half is much better and the second half is much worse.
I just slap it in and enjoyed.
Okay,
Like,
all right. The
maybe-
two
maybe,
even
like,
each other
Laugh
out.
it in and enjoyed.
Yeah.
How low key passionate.
I definitely enjoyed Axiom's End more, but the first half of Truth of the Divine was so good.
All right, we have Barbarians, Ice Planet Barbarians. Let's put it at
Yeah, where are we putting this?
Here's what I feel. I would put it at unenjoyable.
It was painful.
You want to put it at so bad?
No. I wouldn't put it at so bad. It definitely, like, it is better than...
Half and half, you think?
I'd say half and half between unenjoyable and inoffensive. Like, and here's the thing. For me, unenjoyable, the reason Savior's Champion goes in there, because the amount of books I'm going to put in unenjoyable is going to be very, very slow. There's a lot that are... So many are going in inoffensive. Keeper, so many that are going to go in an offensive, but the ones that were legitimately just not fun to read, and then the ones that were so bad. And so for me, Savior's Champion is halfway between unenjoyable and so bad.
Angry Otter said, I hated the depressed sex apartment with Kave. Yeah, that was like my least favorite part of the entire book. I hated that stupid biped and the whole just misery apartment. I would put Barbarians at unenjoyable because it isn't for us, and also it's bad, but like I just don't feel it's as this like once you're grading on the curve of Cyber Sister and Cyborg Tinkerer, that's more or less where it goes, I think. I would also say that Dustborn, inoffensive, guys.
Inoffensive. Inoffensive.
Inoffensive.
It could have been enjoyable had that pacing not been.
Or she just been a better writer.
Okay, Forest of a Thousand Lanterns. I like half enjoyed, but also it was like inoffensive.
I would say unenjoyable because it wasn't fun to read, and also it kind of makes me mad with how it could have been good and then wasn't.
Can we do half and half between inoffensive and unenjoyable?
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. All right. Mask of Mirrors. This is
Inoffensive.
It's weird to
Enjoyed
say.
and inoffensive. Halfsy for me. But
I'm
you
gonna
guys
go
can do.
with unenjoyable for me. So let's put it at inoffensive, as because that book is just so fucking long.
It is.
That too.
Again,
so
for me,
long.
it would have been half between enjoyable and inoffensive. But I will allow to just live in inoffensive.
For the wolf. I think that goes
Inoffensive.
in inoffensive, right? Yeah, that was my overall feeling of it.
It was fine. It was a fine book. I liked parts of it.
Oh, we have here Persuasion by the one, the only.
I wonder which one this will be in.
Listen. I would like the like.
Are we just gonna all bow down to her judgment?
You can bow down to my judgment and the staying power that it has been around.
It is a masterpiece. It is. I'm well aware.
Okay.
I'm well aware.
All right. I actually have that as a tier. I didn't show you because you weren't here, but we have a list of Pistola battles. Iron Widow, so bad. Let's put it again going under. The thing about Iron Widow is that not only is it not a good book, it is actively offensive in terms of the message that it has. Like it.
People want to fight you for that.
A lot of people claim in the comments of that video that she's not supposed to be a likable character, and she's supposed to be like, she thinks she's good but she's not actually, and that Zhao is not portraying her positively. And really, you have to wait for the second book to come out. I would disagree. And the reason I would disagree is so many people, I've read through a lot of Goodreads reviews, and so many people think she is a good, impressive, like good protagonist, or like she's got a good heart, and like, it's one or the other, guys.
Basically, I would just say that this is an actively hurtful book with bad messages in it, and it's probably the most offensive book we've read. And you can tell because the comments for it are nasty.
It's the video I would just remove. Oh, what's below so bad? The abyss of it shouldn't have been published.
I would say actively damaging, and that's where I would have put Iron Widow, but I didn't want to add more tiers.
No, I would say probably shouldn't have gotten published.
That's true. That's true. Or not ready for publishing or something like that.
Not ready. Yeah, not ready.
Prior of the Orange Tree, I would put that at unenjoyable.
I would put it in inoffensive. I didn't dislike it as much as you. It was very much. You can put it half the way between, because I really like. I didn't love it, but I definitely didn't dislike
Well,
it.
here's the thing. As a book, in terms of like enough people have read it and liked it that I would say it's probably inoffensive if you like high fantasy. But as a subjective reader, I found it really unenjoyable. And so that's a question about how we're grading these. So let's just split the difference and put it there. Deadly Education.
I
enjoyed.
Enjoyed,
right? Yeah. Okay.
Enjoyed.
Yes.
I would not say it's a masterpiece.
You know what was a masterpiece? The Last Graduate.
Last Graduate was so good. It was so good. Now, I will argue, though, there are some books here that I think are even better than Last Graduate that are there. So I would say Last Graduate goes halfway between Masterpiece and Enjoyed. I know.
Okay.
I didn't think I would say that either.
Fair point.
But, like, I think Uprooted is better. I think Harrow is better.
I think also the thing about Deadly Education and Last Graduate is they're two halves of the same book, and
Yes.
the reason Last Graduate works so well is because it got set up to be the like, if you look at the structure of the story she's telling, it's the second half of the first part, so you just get all the downhill action of everything speeding up. And so Masterpiece, perhaps
That's a really
not.
great point. That is a really great point.
So I would say halfsy.
Let's see, the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Ugh.
I enjoyed parts of it, but then parts of it were inoffensive and parts were unenjoyable. So it's kind of this weird, like, I probably would put it a skosh into enjoyed because I really enjoyed the murder mystery aspect of it.
I would say enjoyed because that I
Yeah.
did actually really enjoy
The
listening to.
the murder
That makes
mystery was
sense though for me, I
so
guess.
good, and the
Yeah.
finding
It
out
was.
who killed it was so good.
It took it. No, I don't want it. I would not reread it.
I would absolutely.
Yeah.
I would skip the parts I don't want to read, but I would reread it. So can we do enjoyed and inoffensive, like in between those guys?
Yeah, okay, I think that makes sense between that's a good triangulation.
Are we on Murderbot now?
Murderbot.
Enjoyed.
Enjoyed. Not a masterpiece. Not a masterpiece.
Not a masterpiece.
Now, because Will does not love it, and some of our patrons reading it also were kind of lukewarm on it, I would say it can be a skosh down into inoffensive.
Enjoyed.
I was gonna put it down. It's so bad. I think that makes sense because I know you both really liked it and I found it unenjoyable. So I think enjoyed is probably a good
Okay.
ranking. Again, without going into a complicated 9-tier system, I think this is just the best way of aggregating how we feel. Tithe.
Katie?
Enjoyed. I know I'm not allowed to put it in masterpiece, so because
You are
I'm
not.
well aware
You are
objectively.
not.
Me outside of my
Yeah.
child history, I understand it's probably actually it's
I
an
would say
enjoyed.
enjoyed. It's an enjoyed.
Yes.
It's absolutely
It is an enjoyed.
It is the romance something that brings it down, but it's not bad enough to take it out of enjoyed. It's an enjoyed.
And also, it's really like the writing's
the writing is
fucking
fantastic.
great.
No. I'm happy with enjoyed. I was
Okay.
gonna say enjoyed.
Enjoyed is where it will sit then. All right.
And now we're on Uprooted, which I can't say anything about.
Uprooted. Where should that one go, do you think?
I wonder.
I wonder. A goddamn
You know what?
masterpiece. It's a masterpiece.
No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't put it above the others because Harrow the Ninth and Gideon the Ninth are also like above. Like I did really love that book, and there's a reason that's 2 hours of us talking about how great it is.
I like how Persuasion and Gideon are like I just like
Right
seeing
next to
them
each
all
other.
lumped together. It's just like
that's
really great.
hysterical. It's so great.
Jurassic Park. I put that in enjoyed.
Enjoyed.
Yeah.
That was an enjoyable read. Was it mind blowing? Absolutely not. But was it gripping, terrifying, engaging? Was it a little too long? And were there a couple too many dino attacks? But enjoyable. Absolutely enjoyable.
I agree. And then Hyperion, of course, also goes in masterpiece. Because that is like a genuine masterpiece of a book.
Canterbury Tales and Space for win.
And then Slasher Girls and Monster Boys was an anthology me and Katie read
unenjoyable
years ago, but yeah, I would put that actually outright in bad.
I would not put it in so bad. There's enough
Unenjoyable?
there for it not to be in so bad, but I would agree that
we
it
only
is
ever got through like
unenjoyable.
half of it too. It was so Keeper I would put in inoffensive, honestly.
Inoffensive.
Like
It
I
really
don't
was.
think it's good, but it's like whatever. It's not quite for us. Now we have Black Sun.
Inoffensive.
What are your feelings, Maria?
So I enjoyed entire sections of Black Sun, but then there were parts that weren't good. I would put it halfway between enjoyed and inoffensive if Will is
Yeah.
willing to do that. Otherwise, if you want to stick it in inoffensive, that's fine. But I did really enjoy parts of that.
I did too.
Okay, all right,
It
we
had
can
me
stick it.
gripped.
We can stick it halfway. That makes sense.
Okay, can someone please remind me what Black Sun was about? I've blocked it from my mind. Ask Central 135.
Central American in theme, right? Would you say? It was a dude. Maria put on a blindfold and was like flappy flappy bird god thing, and that essentially sums it up. There's a flappy flappy bird god who decides to swim on into some young boy's body, but not really. It's not really a flappy flappy bird god. He is the flappy flappy bird god reborn. And long story short, romance, political drama, Raven
Religions,
things.
but not like as interesting as they could have. Like interesting in concept, not super interesting in execution because it wasn't super thorough.
Vengeful, you're missing out on a good beach read if you forgot.
Yeah, no, it's a great. I would say that's a great way to classify that book.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to downgrade it if you guys keep talking like this. That was not that good a book. I think you guys are forgetting how boring it was.
Listen, I had issues with it. I did not think it was boring.
All right. The Kushiel trilogy. Oh no, actually, I put those as 3 separate books.
These books have to go completely.
Yeah, that's why
separately.
I put them. All right, I would say enjoyed for Kushiel's start.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, enjoyed.
And I would actually throw Kushiel's Chosen also in enjoyed. Kushiel's Avatar halfway in between enjoyed and
inoffensive.
and inoffensive.
I almost
just
would
because
put it it's not inoffensive, but it's not in the enjoyed tier for me. Like,
Yeah,
really, there
it's
needs to
off to
be.
the side. It's its own like
Yeah, it's not
like a
good.
B. It's a B.
So let's just put it at inoffensive because otherwise it's too complicated to grade.
It's not actually inoffensive, guys. It's good, but it was definitely not as good as the other two.
Halfway
Halfway.
in a liminal space. All
But
right,
not
red
actually an
shirts.
inoffensive. Okay. I enjoyed it. I know you didn't, Will.
Inoffensive.
I'm willing to put it in inoffensive, but it was fun. As far as enjoyability, I would put it halfway between enjoyed and inoffensive because I enjoyed the crap out of it. It was fun.
I don't know. I would put it at like inoffensive, I think, if me and Katie are in agreement about
Yeah,
it.
we're
Because
in agreement.
yeah, I did not like it. But I understand how somebody would really like it.
I could see how somebody would put that into a masterpiece category, but I personally felt overall inoffensive for the general overall public.
Oh god, Dune Messiah goes into unenjoyable. Dune
Yeah.
Messiah was unenjoyable.
I actually would put it in so bad because
it
is
was
just
kind of so
not
bad. Listen, I was
yeah.
gonna
Let's
give
put it
Herbert
half
a
and
shot.
half.
Halfsy. I love
Because
halfsy.
it's not as bad as these four, but it is such a horrible book to read. It was so not great. We have to put Dune in masterpiece because my mom will watch this video and she feels very strongly about it. But I understand that you did not feel it was a masterpiece.
I'll allow it though because I respect your mom.
For William's mother.
For Will's mama.
And also for being like, I honestly at this point would say my boyfriend and your mother contend for #1 fan. Not really, but by relation.
And I think we've had a couple of people whose moms, no, I think it was Arle Morgan.
Yeah, somebody told us their mom was watching us.
Yeah.
I forget. Oh man, she's in the Discord all the time. Okay, Wrath in the Dawn. What are we thinking? What are we feeling?
Oh no, unenjoyable.
Unenjoyable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unenjoyable.
Unenjoyable.
It was
Not so
fun.
bad, but
It was
unenjoyable.
like the writing was good. The prose was good. But the plotting and the characters were painful.
Bear and the Nightingale. I would say enjoyed, right? Like
enjoyed.
I think we
Yes.
all liked it.
We all
Yes,
liked
enjoyed.
it. Now, you guys didn't like it as much as I did, and so in honor of your dislike of parts of it, I would say it has to go half enjoyed, half inoffensive because you guys brought
No,
about...
enjoyed.
Oh, never mind.
Enjoyed.
We're talking Bear and the Nightingale, right?
Yeah.
Enjoyed.
Yeah, I think it was
I
fine.
rewatched that video lately, and both of you were kind of harsh on it,
Well,
so I'll take it.
I think my opinion has now been tempered by so many bad books. Yeah, so Spinning Silver then.
Masterpiece.
Wait, where did Dune go? Oh, wait, no,
Dune
Dune
we
is
put up
there.
in masterpiece because yes. If you guys
Enjoyed.
both feel it's a masterpiece, we can put it up
It's
there.
not.
Wait, what?
It's not, but it's
which
really
one are we
good.
on? Spinning Silver?
I can't call it a masterpiece. It's enjoyed. I personally felt very soul invested, and for me, it's a masterpiece. But objectively, it's an enjoy.
I think we're gonna have to go half and half. Because there are a lot of things that book does really well.
Really well.
Yes.
And also Maria thinks it's a masterpiece.
I know that it's a masterpiece for me, but I know that for a lot of people, it's much too slow. There's a lot of point of views. Like, the criticism to it is valid. I just don't give a shit.
It's funny because I stand by what I said in that review at the time, which is that over time I was gonna like it more because the boring parts were gonna fade and I was just gonna remember all the things she did well. And that's how I feel about it. Like, I'm very fond of that book in retrospect.
Yeah.
Even if like at the time I maybe didn't feel that strongly about it.
It's also one of our first books.
It was the starter, guys.
It has a really special place in my heart because that's the genre I love, and it was the first.
I would be happy to put it half and half.
I think half and half is a good place for it. And so this is our messy, but I think actually pretty accurate review of titles. It's, again, what are people talking about? We mostly read books we liked.
That's my point. The problem is people watch our Savior's Champions, Savior's Sister, Iron Widow, and Cyborg Tinkerer, which are our 4 most popular videos.
You know what? That's a good point. Yeah. And the Persuasion movie. By a lot, by the way, guys. Like, our Savior's Champion videos easily dwarf even new videos on a monthly basis in terms of views.
This past August, Savior's Sister and Savior's Champion were our 2 top videos, which is insane.
Yeah.
Given and Savior's Sister was an insane wow, that's the views, and then we've never hit those numbers again, but it's fine.
I know, but it really shows you how interesting a topic it was for so many people, so it's good that you guys covered it.
It also helps that there's a lot of people who had feelings.
I just want to comment real quick. Before we started this, before you even brought it up, Will, the podcast, I thought to myself, surely nobody would care about discussing these kinds of things.
Me too.
I so easily forget that there is such a large support network for any given single hobby, skill, anything online. And I just really want to thank everyone for supporting us and for enjoying yourselves genuinely on our podcasts.
And for me, it's the comments, like, especially when it's like a new viewer who like binge watches 5 of our videos and comments on all 5 of them in a
I
row.
know, that's so sweet.
It's so sweet. Or just the ones where I see you comment, like I know your icons, like I recognize you, I look at them, and it is insane because seriously, when we did this, like Will and I, once upon a time, a very long time ago, and I will not tell you what it's called, we had a review channel with Will's cousin. It never went anywhere. Like, and I mean, Will and I are still like, I mean, have I gotten better with age? I'd like to think so. But like, it is insane. At no point did I think we'd get here at all. At no point I think we'd get to the point where we were monetized, or the fact that we have patrons. The fact that people every month think that we are interesting, cool enough, valid enough to support us every month. Like Max has been here since the beginning. Shelby has been here since the beginning. Jennifer, Magical Girl, Shauna, like
Shamed author.
Others that we're not pointing out.
Carter Demon. Like, there's so many that just like they're just there all the time, and it's incredible.
And it's so lovely to see somebody just really want to do this.
Yes.
Like, it's great.
And so thank you for being here with us tonight. Thank you for watching our videos. Thank you for taking 3 random friends who were like, we lack books, let's talk about it. And like, we're a thing, kind of.
It's kind of cool.
We're like 8/10 of a thing.
We made it a year. We did it and the funny thing is, we did 1 book a week, which is crazy. Because when we started this, I was like, how are we going to do this? Because there's no way we can get 1 book done a year. But we have uploaded 1 book every week, or not a year, a week. But we did it. We're here. 1 book a week for 1 year, and that's pretty cool, I think.
Yep, it really is.
I agree.
I was going to say let's do another tier list, but actually I think that's a good place to wrap it up. It has sort of a note of finality.
Yeah, I guess it is 2 hours. I mean, should we let them vote on whether we do 1 more, or do we want to call it?
I had put down most interesting family relationship, best villain.
They want the Pistolas
at
one.
dawn.
They want the Pistolas
Okay.
one. Everyone's saying we demand Pistolas.
Well, okay, here's the thing though. It was just going to be where we talked about which of these ones we still felt strongly about, not necessarily which of us was right about it.
Everyone wants it.
Okay, all right, let's do Pistolas. All right, so the first one was between me and Maria on Dune, where I held that it is a masterpiece beyond earthly knowing, and you thought it was boring. Is that an accurate summation?
I stand by that. Listen, there are so many ways in which it was good, but it's not even that it was boring. It's that so many things never actually got explored that were the interesting things, and then he went in like a whole other like sandy direction. Like, I'm a stick by it. It is not. I get the hype, but I also simultaneously do not get the hype.
I think the thing about it is that, unfortunately, I mostly agree with all of your criticisms. I just like it more. So in terms of like the actual disagreement that we have, I don't actually think we have one. I think we just feel qualitatively different about it. So I'm gonna put it in the walk away tier.
Okay. I would say, because I will just take that win.
It's not a win. We both win because we're not shooting each other, Maria. That's the point.
Okay,
Again,
perfect. That's
we're
fine.
not
That's
saying
fine.
who's right. We're just saying that, like, this is a good. All right. The next one again was between us on Children of Blood and Bone.
I will walk away after a lot of commentary from. Like,
I will also walk away. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah, no. In
because
reflection,
Maria and I were in the same place before, pretty much.
and I have since really simmered down on the book. I will walk away.
I have to.
Okay,
I have
all
to.
right.
I'll do it
I still
too.
do really dislike it, so we'll leave it at walk away.
Textual tension intensifies. The alliteration in that is like,
Mask of Mirrors. Katie really liked it. I didn't, and Maria
I did.
didn't. So, do you still like it?
I still think it's a very good book.
Oh,
Is
boy.
it perfect?
Okay,
Could
I would
it-
say
Could it
raise.
be improved upon?
I would
Yeah,
definitely say
I was gonna
raise.
say I'm gonna put it. Let's put this at raise because I still feel pretty strongly that it was not a great.
I think if there was a potential tier, like whoever mentioned it, that's where it would go.
I
Okay.
think it was the kind
Okay,
of.
actually, I'll go to load because I'm still on raised. I'm on raised.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think we're far away on that one. Ember in the Ashes. You and I had a disagreement about that, but I don't actually remember what it is now.
It wasn't a Pistolas issue.
We didn't have a lot of Pistolas to pick from, so I just picked whichever books I could remember us being slightly contentious about.
So you had a way more of an issue with the sexual tension, like,
Yes, that's
from
what it
Elias, and
was.
the thing is, I thought it was fine, so I would absolutely just walk away. Like, it was there, but it's YA, so, like, calm down. Oh, no! That's what Children of Blood and Bone was. The Pistola was whether the magic. Oh, man.
What was it? What was it?
Brain
What was it?
blast. His problem was there was the magic users and then there was the non-magic users, and he thinks you should just get rid of, like, magic users to make everyone.
Oh, that's what it was. Yes.
And I said that, like, it is a foundational part of the YA genre to have people with magic and those without. Like, Harry Potter, all of the, like, um uh, chosen one stories.
And having read more of those now, I still think it's actually really a problem in Children of Blood and Bone because Children of Blood and Bone talks about it. So, Maria, do you still feel like it's not really a thing that should be criticized about the book? Like, how strongly do you still feel about that?
I think if you couch it within the entire conventions of the genre, and the part that I will give you is that because there was a way that they got rid of all the magic, that, like, there was an easy pain, like a non killing everyone way to get rid of the magic, that kind of gives it to you. But I also just think it's a genre convention. There's always contention between the haves and the have-nots.
Let's do Load then.
Yes.
We'll do Load.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
I'm
better.
good on that.
Ember in the Ashes then, I still think he was too horny, so I think that's another Load situation. I hated it. I don't know
what you're talking about, but that sounds great.
Just all the time, like, they're gonna die, and he's been drugged, and his friend is bleeding, and he's like, but he felt her curve against his hip, and it's like,
all of them do this. This girl character also does this. The other
it's
characters,
true.
like, everyone does it.
So
And
everyone just really wants to have just some love.
yes, and, like, welcome to YA. Like, again, genre convention. If you have to level it at the entire genre, which is what Will does.
All right, fine. We'll put this at raise. I'm here for it. I'll do it. I will not walk away from this. Okay, Prior of the Orange Tree, which I think is I didn't like it at all, and you thought it was okay.
I finished it, and I don't think it's as bad as you think it is. I would say Load.
Did you read the comment?
Someone said everyone in Ember in the Ashes wanted to be in the Cyborg Tinkerer, and that is incredibly
That's
accurate.
very true. Deadly Education then.
What was our problem with this?
Now I can't remember. I think it's that you didn't like it and we did.
This video is the one where Katie's like, I don't like it, it's not, and then she goes, you know what, never mind. It's like, this was
that it?
Oh, the thing where I changed my mind all the way, like half,
like all through the, like, you say something and then 2 seconds later you're like, actually, point take. So Katie herself walked away in the video. Like,
yeah,
Okay, all
I
right,
did.
we're in walk
It was a
away
walk away already.
it was a walk
Okay,
away because,
alright,
like,
walk
it wasn't for her, but she acknowledged all the ways in which it was good, which makes it a walk away.
Okay, guys. I think this is gonna get a little lethal here.
Oh, wow.
Fire.
Next one, we is Murderbot, and that is gonna be a fire situation.
That's gonna be a fire.
He's not a robot, Will. He's not a fucking
He's not a robot, and I didn't get to partake in that conversation because I had a stomach ache. But let me just tell you, William, he's supposed to be a human hybrid thing. He's a new creation. His thought processes make sense. It's funny. It's supposed to be comedic. William, take out your gun.
Here's what's up. He's a robot. It's never explained how much of a robot he is, which is why is he called a Murderbot then?
He named himself.
What is bot short for? What is bot short for? Bot is not short
Fire.
for.
We're just putting it in fire and moving
All right,
on.
there we go. Fire. All right. Oh yeah, you and Katie had a thing about Tithe, but I actually think in the video you guys mostly worked that out, right?
Yeah, we
We did.
away.
It's a
We
walk
walked
away.
Yeah, it's a walk away. Okay. Hyperion.
The ending.
Yes, Maria loved it. Katie hated it. Do we still feel this way about it?
Okay, so who was it that I discussed this with? It was somebody who was on our Discord, or Maria and I work at the same place. And one of our new coworkers who just got hired actually explained to me how and why the ending works the way it does. And I said, yeah, that's great. But I still wanted a big fight scene, like in an action blockbuster. And I don't care what you have to say. I fucking wanted it, no matter how artsy fartsy you are.
Okay, it's going in fire then, because
It is going in fire.
Maria loves that ending to the point where she wants to get it tattooed. Red shirts, I still feel like the original problem was that I wanted it to be a different book. But it's not as though right now I think it should be a different book. I would have liked it more if it was a different book.
I can understand that, but what it was and what it was trying to be was exactly what it should have been.
It did what it was trying to do.
John Scalzi did an A+ job on what it was. Whether you like it or not is a completely different. It truly is a perfect. Don't want to say perfect because you could always improve upon anything, but
Will, you're the deciding factor. Are you firing or are you raising?
I think I'm
Because,
walking away because I just don't care enough.
Okay,
I would have
fair
liked a
enough.
different
Because
book.
Katie
but-
and I were coming.
It's like I would have liked a different book, but I'm not. I think the book if it was bad at being the book it is, I think that would be different. But I think it's actually pretty good. Spinning Silver. I thought it was too long. Maria loves it.
As it is.
I also think it's amazing and not too long. Therefore, we're gonna walk away.
I would say walk away because I understand why you think it's too long, and I also acknowledge that there's a lot of personal subjective bias going into my love of
I
that
think it's
book.
okay for us to be outload, though. I mean, I think it's okay for us just to hold different
Yeah.
views about whether it's
Yeah.
good or not. Like these
Yeah.
are again, this isn't the Coliseum to try and fix these issues. This is just to talk about which ones there were. And now Jude from The Cruel Prince, which you guys have not watched because that video has not come out yet.
And I wasn't there, but I've strong.
I think she's an amazing character that's just written poorly in some instances.
she's incredibly inconsistent across.
We
the
can
book.
fire. We can fire.
No, Jude is.
I
at
don't
fire.
think she's inconsistent at all. I think, however, she could have been. I think the plot could have been more interesting, and there could have been things done to the plot. Not the political part, that was fun, but all the other parts where it was like her and her sister and stuff like that, all of that could have been majorly improved upon.
I did not like Jude. No,
don't
think,
care, I like
don't-
Jude.
I think.
Okay,
Jude
guys. Okay, guys.
makes
Okay,
terrible-
guys. We're at fire. We're at fire.
Fire.
Okay,
Yeah, we're at
that's
fire.
fine.
Okay.
That
All right.
works.
Cool. So I actually think this is pretty accurate. We have our major feuds at the top, our minor ones here, the minor disagreements, and then we don't really care. And yeah, I think that's good for the stream because that's exactly 2 hours now. And I think this was honestly a lot of fun.
Wait, Katie, you wanted to do a toast.
Yes, everyone, please. Everyone get ready for your toast. I would like to toast to something very special on multiple levels. I would like to toast to 3 things. 1, you, our viewers, of course.
Absolutely.
You guys have actually made it really fun beyond the fun that we have together, so thank you. The second thing I'd like to toast is to freedom of self. Learning what no longer has grips on you and being able to pursue the things that you've always wanted to, despite the things that keep you back. Finally, to William and Maria for being patient and kind, and for William putting all of his heart and soul into editing, and for Maria being our cheerleader.
I would like to cheer as well to Katie for consistently being a fucking great time and having fantastic views, even when she disagrees with me about the value of persuasion and the ending of Hyperion. And just to the channel. Holy shit, guys. And
Yeah.
let's cheer to being here next year.
Down the pipes.
Ooh, that was actually, I should not, this is a good sip.
It was warm. Yeah, it's really warm. It's really hot. It's hot in my mouth.
And thank you guys for sticking with us this whole time. This was actually a lot of fun, and it's kind of crazy to see how many books we've read and how many of them we liked. All you
I
viewers
know,
who
yeah.
say we hate things.
Commenters who say otherwise.
They're never gonna watch this. This is the kind of thing that the people who say those things are never gonna watch.
Mhm.
Nah, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. We will see you all later. We love you, our parasocial darlings.
Goodbye. Mwah.